welcome back to another video. If you haven't subscribed yet and you think you should subscribe, today we'll be watching scary haunted videos, and I was upstairs with my big sister, my cat, and my dad. They went to shops, and I am downstairs. Basement, I guess. This isn't basement, but this is the front. My dad's told me so like there's not much going on. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, we'll react to this girl.
Right? Well, if you haven't, it's like Bloody Mary, but worse. With Bloody Mary, you turn off all the lights, you turn the water on or something, and then you say Bloody Mary's name 3 times. Then your friend would grab you, you'd run out of the bathroom screaming, and it was all fun and games because you got scared, right? It's scary, but it's okay because we all know it's a game, right? But what about when it's not just a game? I can't believe I'm doing this makeup look, but you guys asked for this. You guys wanted visual track, so here it is. Anyways, me and my friends were hanging out in the basement. We were eating pizza and playing the Nintendo Switch. And he looked to me and asked, "Do you know the Charlie game?" At first I thought he was talking about a new game on the Switch or something. He told me, go into the bathroom and you turn off the lights. Then you knock on the mirror and you look for Charlie. If you see him, the game is over. If you don't see him, then it's time to go to step 2. The second part of the game was too hard to explain, so we decided he was just going to show us. He took a piece of paper and he wrote yes and no on it in 4 corners, like this. Then he put 2 pencils crossing each other on the paper and started chanting, "Charlie, Charlie, can you hear me?" He turned the light off, and at this point, I'm starting to get scared. I whispered to my friend Christina that I was scared. She leaned over and assured me that it's just a game. We were whispering, but somehow Jonah heard me. Jonah looks up at us and he goes, "It's not just a game." We asked Charlie questions, and the pencils moved and he answered. But that's not the scary part. So after we finished the game, we went to bed. Everyone else had fallen asleep, and I was watching TikTok on my phone. I heard a creak, and it sounded like it was coming from upstairs. Part 2 of the Charlie game. I tried to tell myself maybe it was the wind or the house suddenly heard their pets, but it wasn't me, and they don't have any pets. So when I heard the creak the second time, I got scared. I tried to wake Christina, but she was out. That's when I noticed that Jonah wasn't laying next to us. I'm debating whether or not to get up when I start hearing whispering. And then it hits me, he's playing that freaking game again. That's when I had an idea. I was gonna scare him. So
Why would he play a game? He knows it's not just a game.
It's a blueberry. I left a blueberry.
I sneak closer to the bathroom, and sure enough, the whispers are getting louder. I could hear his chanting, "Charlie, Charlie, can you hear me? Charlie, Charlie, show your face." When I got up to the door, it was closed. There was a weird light coming from underneath the door. I reached for the door handle, and when I touched it, it was burning hot. I kept reminding myself that it was just a game. I knew when I opened that door, I was going to see Charlie. I just went for it. I opened the door. First thing that hit me was the smell. Then I heard a voice behind me. It was Christina, wondering what was going on. I moved out of the doorway so that she could see what I was seeing. That's when she realized the most blood coming screaming for her my entire life. To this day, I can still hear it. And then the lights went out. Christina didn't know it at the time, but this moment was about to change our lives forever. When we looked back in the room, Jonah was gone. The scream woke up the parents. We tried to tell them what had happened, but they didn't believe us. They sent everyone home before I could ask Christina what she saw. I was going to ask her Monday at school, but she never showed up on Monday. She actually never showed up again at all.
That's creepy. And now we're gonna go to the next video. Let's get into it. Watching mystery. Well, there's 41 business development managers.
Hiring for your small business? If you're not looking on LinkedIn, you're looking in the wrong place.
Business development manager?
In a given month, over
Rod is scared by himself. I think I should turn the lights back on.
A couple of weeks ago, my dad came home and pitched me a small job offer. One of his coworkers was going away for a few days and needed somebody he could trust to watch over his house. The reason reason my dad pitched this to me was because the man's house has a big CCTV system. Basically a camera in every room, and then an operating desk where all the screens
Stuck
can be
under the
watched on a
table.
big monitor. And I'm a computer science major, so my dad just always
I
assumed
should
that I
get
know how to work
done this
anything
in college.
technological. The man told my dad that he'd pay me $200 for the 2 days just to watch the house. Whatever that meant. My dad drove me to the house and introduced me to the man, whose name doesn't matter. The man made it seem like he preferred to stay in his room with monitors as opposed to roaming the house all day. That was fine with me though. So when I wasn't eating, I was mostly just sitting in that room with the TV on in the background, doing schoolwork on my laptop. Ironically, the thing I was doing the least was keeping an eye on the monitors. Night came. I started wondering where in the house I should sleep since surprisingly we hadn't discussed it. So I sat back down at the desk and looked at all the different rooms on the screens to see which rooms had beds or couches. I noticed something I wasn't expecting to notice though. The back screen door was open downstairs. I didn't remember it being open. I looked through each and every camera screen in a panic. In the living room, a closet door was open. This one I knew wasn't open earlier. I texted my dad to call the man and ask him if he came back home. Meanwhile, I continued watching the screen. On the grainy, dark image, a tall person who resembled only a black shadow on the screen stepped out from the closet. I pulled my arms off the desk as I covered my mouth with my hands in shock.
This is just conspiracy. What if it's Slenderman?
However, my left elbow pulled some heavy object from the desk onto the floor, creating a big thud. The person in the image very clearly moved their head up to the ceiling as a response to the noise. They went for the stairs, walking up very, very slowly, step by step. Meanwhile, I got a text back from my dad saying, "No, he's not. I just spoke to him half an hour ago. Why?" I got so caught up in my phone texting my dad to send help that I didn't even pay attention to the monitor. There was a knock at the door.
No
I looked at it and then the screens.
Sherlock.
The first screen I laid my eyes on was the one showing the person outside the door to the room I was in. When I remembered that door had no lock, the only thing I could think to do was jump out the window into the bushes below.
That's
I ran halfway down the block and then stopped when my dad called me.
But
I had him call his friend and ask him if he was expecting somebody in the house. The man said he had no relatives or friends who had his key or would ever let themselves into his home. So he called the cops and had them review the footage. I got to watch all of it, and it showed everything.
I'm gonna guess what's gonna happen. I bet the cops are listening. They're not gonna listen to cameras. And bad stuff happens to him. It happens to me.
From the moment the intruder broke the glass of the backyard door, to the moment I jumped out the window and him running away shortly after. The intruder was never found. The footage was just too dark to identify his face.
Bye y'all. Hope y'all have an amazing day. I will see y'all later. Wait, is that new? No, it's just restarting. So, bye y'all. I'll see y'all later. Have an amazing day. You can listen to my intro and exit music. So, bye! Hey, why are you still watching? You should go check out another one. Bye! Also, credits to Llama and Super Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I'll see y'all later. Bye! And yeah.